Coach, you guys are about to start this new season. You do have some guys coming back, that big names, Qua Grant and Joel Murray. How big of an impact do those guys have on this season?
They're going to have a big impact. If we're going to do well, JoJo, Qua, Jonell need to play well, and they need to step up and expect that responsibility as being leaders on the team and getting everybody else in position to be able to play well. You know, it's something. It's always tough defending, and I think we've accomplished a lot the last few years, and we've talked to JoJo and Qua and Jonell about that. And you know, everybody's coming after us. We got St. Ed's coming in, who's a very, very good team, top 20 team, and you know, they know JoJo, they know Qua, they might not know some of the new guys, and so we've got to get those guys to understand. You know, JoJo, Qua, and Jonell all have a role, and that is they've got to score, but they got to play defense, they got to communicate, and they've got to be great leaders this year for us to do well.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about, is there a sense of unfinished business from last year because you guys weren't able to go to that NCAA tournament after being expected to go so far?
Yeah, you know, yes and no. I think it's something that I think we're all disappointed. I think the whole basketball, you know, Division 1, 2, 3, everybody was disappointed that their teams didn't get to go play. But this is a new season, new expectations, and we're really trying to focus on that. And we lost some really good pieces last year in Jordan Collins and Eric Mosley, and that's going to be really tough to replace those guys. So it's something that, you know, it is a new season, new focus, and again, you don't get I don't want to say a warm-up game, but maybe a non-conference game against a non-Division 2 or maybe even an exhibition game against Division 1 to kind of get ready. You're just thrown in it, and you're also playing a top 20 team in St. Ed. So we're going to have our hands full this weekend. It's going to be tough. Would love to come away with a couple wins, but again, it's a COVID season. We haven't had 10 guys to practice with much, and I can't imagine they have as well. So it's going to be really tough. It'll be very interesting. But it should be really fun. Two very good teams going after it this Friday and Saturday.
Who can we expect to replace Jordan Collins, Eric Mosley, from all the new guys or some freshmen last year that could step up?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Tyson. You know, hopefully some new guys will step up to replace Jordan and Eric and some of our returning players. You know, Zach Toussaint had a very good year last year as a freshman, and Hayden Blankley. There's some other young guys that are coming into the program too that, you know, have a chance to play. Parker, Torian, Hugo, you know, Kelvin, all those guys have a chance right now. It's so very early, and it's who can play and maybe not so much score points or, you know, have fantastic dunks, but who can play and be consistent, and who can you count on and rely on. That's the big thing. If those guys can do those little things, they can find minutes to play. But there's definitely minutes out there for guys to be able to play this year.
With battling the COVID and 10 guys and not playing other teams, how tough is it for you to play? You sick of seeing each other? I mean, how can practice go? And eventually, you're going to end up already knowing what everybody's doing while you're at that practice.
Right. Yeah, you're right. We have 13 guys on our team, and you know, we actually probably lost a player today, so we're down to 12, and we're just kind of going through the practice schedule today, and it's kind of hard to try to work on some rotations to figure out where guys are going to play, what they're going to do for us, and what they can do. And so we're still trying to figure that out. And like I said, we were at 8 and 9 guys for a long time. There was Hugo I didn't see for over a month, and you lose out on a lot of learning experience. And I think it's going to be kind of learn a little bit on the fly this year. So that's a little bit scary as a coach, but it's also, we've got a very good team as well, and I think our guys really enjoy playing well, or playing together, and so hopefully that translates over into Friday and Saturday, and we can kind of mesh and come together. But we haven't, to be very honest, we have not gotten to that point yet where I feel comfortable as a unit, and we will get there though.
You mentioned just now that you're not really comfortable yet as a unit. There's less games to be played this year, so how does that affect you guys? You guys really have no time to waste to get into a groove.
You're exactly right, and that goes for everybody, you know. And so I don't want any sympathy or anything like that, but you know, it's scary for a coach right now because you haven't had a chance really to work with your team and to blend the guys in. You're going to really look for that leadership from JoJo, Qua, Jonell. even Zach Toussaint, some of those guys, some of the guys that have been around, you're going to really rely on those guys even more this year. And losing Jordan, was a 4-year player for us. Eric Mosley, 5-year player for us. Derek Geddes has left the team. He would have been a 3rd-year player. It really hurts losing those guys. And, we had Marshall, Ty, Jake Gerber, all did not come back as well. Ty's actually coaching with us, so that helps out. But you just lose that experience. And it's bringing in new guys, whether they're a freshman or a transfer. You still have to work with those guys, and not having the opportunity to work with them in the fall, that's what makes it a little bit scary. So we'll do our best. We're going to have fun, and it should be a great game, hopefully on Friday and Saturday. 6 o'clock Friday, 4 o'clock on Saturday. St. Ed's coming to town.
What do you expect from St. Ed's? They lost 5 of their top 7 scores from last year.
I expect them to be a top 20 team again. Marcus Hill, who they brought in, is a really good shooter. Ryan Garza is one of the best in the country shooting it. And then Van Zant at the point guard, he's going to be very, very good. They've got, I think, 5 Division I kids on their team. Krafka's back, who can really hurt you inside and outside. And, they're going to be very good. It's kind of sometimes when you lose some players like that, I think the other guys that are left behind, or not, I shouldn't say left behind, but the other guys that are coming back, they want to prove it. And I think they're going to be very, very good.
Any defensive, plans that you've really been drilling going into those 2 games?
Yeah, our defensive plan is to stop them on every trip. And then our offensive plan, I'll give you this one away too. We're going to try to score on every trip.
I appreciate it, Coach.
If that's, I can slow it down if that's too complex. But, I don't know what to expect from those guys. You can kind of figure it out that there's going to be ball screens involved. Everybody's running ball screen. But they run a very good motion offense, and then Coach Cook has about 60 or 70 sets that he likes to run. So it's hard for me even to figure out 2 or 3 different sets. But, we're going to have to defend because they're going to score. And we're going to have to score on the other end because if we don't get stops, it could be a long night for us. But they're a very good offensive team. I think their defense will be improved as well. They've got some good quickness out on the perimeter. And like I said, they've got Krafka back. I think he's one of the best in the conference inside. And it'll be a very good game.
How much better can guys like Qua and JoJo get? I mean, they already had incredible seasons last year. Yeah,
they did. They had incredible seasons. It's sometimes hard stepping up and matching that. We hope they improve on those seasons. I don't think it's going to come down to scoring points for either one of those guys. I think it's going to be the little things, maybe getting a rebound, a steal, a box out, maybe making the extra pass. That's what's going to really separate them from being a special player. Even if they have both averaged 15 points a game this year, they could have an even better season than last year. Now, I don't see that happening, and I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they both have 30 points a game. But it's not about scoring points for them. I think it's about doing the other things, being leaders, and really taking control of this team.